optimistic. I believe in the evolution. Maybe it's what I see, the bad shape, I see it differently because I don't watch the news, I don't watch television, and I won't see this film, never. I watch people's faces, and that's where I see the bad shapes are coming. Especially in India, where you can see things that maybe happened in our countries in the 60s. So you get like the close-up view of my youth, what happened, how greed is starting, how adverts work, how brainwashing is working, how consumption society as a whole is working. And there still I get optimistic view that there might be a chance that they don't need to go through all these stages, that maybe the warnings are coming more early. I hope that the brain shift could work before big catastrophes. How we are actually manipulated, that our real needs are lying somewhere else. The real needs are constantly substituted by. We actually need time for ourselves and time for each other. So how society is working now and how the normal economy is working is that you're selling your lifetime, and as an exchange you get little vouchers, you call that, printed paper, and for those you can exchange any substitutes, things that you actually don't need, definitely don't need to be happy, and for survival most of them you also don't need.
You mean that we replace our happiness with consumerism?
Yeah, exactly, with entertainism I would call it, let's say. That's the big disease of the world, is entertainism. Constantly something has to go on. People have to, I don't know, get away from themselves because they couldn't stand it. Like people ask me, so what do you do then all day there when you're alone? Isn't that horrible? Just the idea that you're confronted with yourself is for the most of them already a burden. So we're constantly trying to escape in filling ourselves in with new action, whatever it is. And that the level, let's say, of action has to rise constantly. It's like an addiction. It's simply not practical anymore to spend half of the lifetime, meaning earning only the shelter in which you live in. I think we are constantly lifting that up, the extent of energy we put into living, compared to these so-called primitive societies, which had quite luxurious homes with little effort, actually, compared to their lifespan. But all of them were usually structures like the typical mud building, which fall down easily again, but then they're rebuilt easily again. But the total energy need that you need for a house is much less than in our idea, which should be always everlasting. We build something for ages and then after 20 years it's broken down because there's no need for it anymore. It would mean destroy totally the economic system of our world, but that's how everything is working in the moment. It would really mean a shift of consumption patterns, totally. That's what we could do. It means not climbing back to the trees again, it means reducing our personal consumption to the real essential, not to the substitute for emotional problems.
Fixing a problem often means returning to the source. Everyone I met on this journey tells me that we've lost our connection to the earth. We've lost our tribe. The tribes of the earth, the Maquisians, the Indians, the tribes of Africa and Borneo, the Maori, the Quechua, they all had one thing in common. They all said thank you. They appreciated the earth. They said thank you for the harvest, for the sun, for the water, the air. So there I was, sitting in the middle of India, miles from home, thinking, where did all that go? What happened to our ritual, our dance, our human family? And then I came across these guys, a tribe of mostly Westerners from around the globe who had found it all again. It was amazing, like something from 1,000 years ago, covered in tattoos and hair in dreadlocks, wailing and dancing into the night to the sound of the drum. Finally, there was a move in the other direction. They'd left the cities behind, the technology, the machine. They opted for people being people again. They'd opted for something real, living in tune with nature. And I could feel their happiness. They were fulfilled. Something was right.
I think we have to offer alternatives, we have to explore alternatives, we've got to live alternatives, you know. What's going on, if, you know, it's not going to work, it's not, you know, what's that song called, what serves I will stand, what does not will fall, the power is in our hands, love changes all. So, you know, what serves life will stand, and I think we've got to come up with something that is tangible, that works, that, you know, is an alternative to what's going on at the moment on the planet.
We've forgotten our connection to the earth, you know, as the source of our food and our sustenance, and you can't continue to pollute the earth and the waters and the air, you know, you just can't continue to do that. You know, obviously we're seeing the effects of this. You know, our soil's becoming polluted, our food's polluted, lots of species are dying off. You know, people have to re-experience their connection to the earth as the source of life and their connection to the rest of the human family, and realise that by hurting a part of that family, a part of that earth, they're hurting themselves. Because
bring our brave troops home. War is not the answer. Bring our brave troops home. No more blood for oil. No more sacrifice of the working man for the rich man's gain. No more blood for oil. No more sacrifice of the lucky people for the rich man's gain. No more blood for oil. No sacrifice of truth and justice for the rich man's gain. No more dead fathers, dead mothers, dead sisters, dead brothers. No more dead uncles, dead friends and dead lovers. No more.
I'd like to end all wars, and I do believe that there's been a time in human history where we have lived without wars, and I just have this real vision of how we could live, you know, how the human family could live with each other, and how our relationship with the earth could be, and I think it could be really abundant, and I'm trying to manifest that vision. And I believe that the energy that you put out to life is the energy that you get back. And to me, going out with the intention to hurt another human being isn't okay, you know. And yeah, I suppose I'd just like people to think about the whole thing, really. I mean, I'm against the war, you know. I'm against killing people. I'm against intending to hurt people.
Do you think there realistically is a solution other than war itself?
I don't think we've even started to explore other solutions.